Hi, I'm Vicki Hoth, Education Coordinator for Handi Quilter. I'm doing this series to present the new features of the HQ Pro Stitcher being released June of 2013. Now let's look at the main screen and you'll see some different buttons. Things have changed a little bit. The grid has been moved from the right side over to the left side. The reset home button that was here has been moved to the reposition screen. So you'll see that right here. And now it is titled Home. So that is a repositioning feature or function, and so it is in the reposition screen. The other thing that you will see over here is that we have the drag button, and that drag button was in the reposition screen, but now it is on the main screen, and it will always be there for you so that you can have access always to be able to move your designs and drag them around. The select button has some new features with that. This is a new feature, and it has some buttons as you pop that open. So to make those work, right now they're grayed out. To make those work, we need to bring in a design. So we'll bring in a design, open a design, and place that there. Now the buttons are not grayed out, some of them. Because this is a single button, we can press single and it tells us the name of the design, feather, triangle, and you'll see D, that stands for design. Now, if I went to File again, which I am in right now, there is a new button at the bottom, and it is a duplicate button. So if I press this, it has created or copied another design. Sometimes when that duplicate button, when you press that, it will actually place the design right over the top of the original design, and then you can just select it and move. And you have to press select and single to be able to move that. So with that, I can grab that and I can move that any place on the screen. And you can see that this is black, and the design, the original first design that I brought in, is gray. So this is not active. The design with the blue box around it is active, or it is selected. Now if I want to get rid of that blue box, I can go ahead and click that off, and you can see that that's disappeared, but we'll put that back on. That tells me that that is the selected design, and I have the ability to drag that around and position that on my screen. So if I place that right next to this design, and if I do a multi and select all, now refresh, I can see both designs in the screen. And now I can take, let's undo that, let's select all, and if I want to, I can drag this whole design around, or if I select and just do a single and just select one of the designs, I can drag that around. Now, I can use my finger to drag. I actually have a mouse hooked up here, so I'm using a mouse for that, but I can bring my finger in and drag that, or I could use the crosshairs to drag that around if I wanted as well. Now, if I want to create this as a group, I can go in and group it. This now is group 13. If I select all, it is group 13, and it has been named. So let's select the group, and you will see up at the top it says group 13 and it says G. I can rename that so it doesn't say group. I could go in here and actually type a name in that. Well, the keyboard popped up over the top of my box. I can drag that down. I can drag this up so I have access to that. Now, wherever I leave this keyboard on my screen as I close it out, that's where it will come in the next time. So if I say I want to create a new design here or rename that, then I can click on there and say, you know, just name it two feather, just two feather. All right, okay, and now it has been named, and I can go ahead and close out my keyboard. It has been named, so this group, even though I can break those apart, that as I go in there and group those, there's my 2 feather, and that would mean both of those. Now let's talk about these buttons on the bottom. I have a recent and I have the duplicate that we've already used. If I go to recent, and I can look at all of the actions that all the designs I've been using, and I want to do another triangle. So I'm going to place another triangle in there, and it's selected, and I can move it, and I'll move it over here to the side. Now I want to select all. Let's refresh so we can see all of it. I have all 3 of these selected. I don't have them in the right stitch order because this will stitch 3rd. So if I want to adjust my stitch order, I'm going to go in here, and if I select, let's select all. If I click on this, it'll show me which one I am working with because it turns red. That means that's going to stitch first, that's going to stitch 2nd, and of course this one is going to stitch 3rd. Well, I would prefer that this stitch first. So I have it selected, it's in red, I'm going to move it up to the top. Now it's selected. Now let's look at the next one and then look at the 3rd one. So now I have them in the right order, so they will stitch from left to right. If you don't want that, then you can reorder them using the arrows, but you need to select the design and then reorder it. Okay, now I have a design and I want to select all of it, and I want to duplicate this design, not just one of them. So I've selected everything, and now if I press duplicate, now I want to take the 3 top feathers and move them as a group. So I'm going to select and select that 3, and then press the drag, and I've selected it, and I can move those, and I can do anything I want with them. If I want to put them over the top of this, or if I want to actually drag that and place it across there. Any place I want to, I can offset those, but I don't have these selected, so if I pressed refresh, it would refresh this and the crosshair, and I missed this. So if I want to refresh the whole screen, then I can go into select, I can select everything, and then press my refresh, and I can see everything within the screen. Okay, let's talk about the rest of the buttons at the bottom here. They open, obviously opens a design, close, closes a design. So if I press close, this will delete all of these designs. Well, maybe I don't want to delete all those designs. Maybe I want to bring another design in. So if I press open, I can actually go in and choose another design, and it will bring this design in with the previous designs that I have. You can see this is black, and the designs right here, they're grayed out because they are not selected. If I want to select everything, I can press all and refresh, and you can see there's that design, and there are those designs across the bottom. Now if I don't want to select any of them, I can just go and select that one and move it around, but I can also, if I want to, because that is selected and I think, oh, I don't want that design, I can press close and it will delete that design off of the screen. Okay, then we have the copyright, and nothing happens because I have not selected what I want to see in the copyright. So if I select all, then I press copyright, then I can see all of those designs. It's the very same design as you go down the screen, but at least it shows the copyright information, or maybe there's some information on how to use the design. Then there's button is your update when you place your new update in. Anytime we do an update, and reset all will reset everything to the main screen. I hope you enjoy starting to use these features. Being able to bring multi designs in or many designs in on the screen has really opened up a whole new way of thinking. Enjoy it.